Yep. And you can do the same with robotics. You can do the same with canines.
Screw
so all that stuff.
It's all about the drone.
That's what you're asking.
Exactly.
Shit money on personal drones.
Yeah.
So.
Did you really? Like a DJI or something?
I do have an Inspire 1 or Inspire 2.
Okay.
You getting good at it?
I think so.
After you crashed the fuck out of it.
No, it was a manufacturing error. Exactly.
Yeah,
it was. It's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So I learned this, don't ever Velcro a cell phone to the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can, all right.
Because it
The eddy current.
creates
Oh, yeah.
an impenetrable magnetic
I can totally
field.
see that. Yeah.
So
Might
I
as
was
well put
down.
tinfoil on top of it.
Yes.
It's
So
a good story.
I was down in Fayetteville briefing the guys down there. So I got it all set up on the table. I'm briefing. And then the thing fucking takes off. And it's trying to find its home.
Right.
And it didn't find it. So because the magnetic field was being penetrated by the battery in the phone. So it just kept climbing.
And he didn't know it.
And I didn't know it. I'm sitting there fucking talking. This is this is that. And then I'm done. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? It went up to fucking 3,000 feet.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
And I'm looking at the screen and it's like flashing battery. And it's going, find home, find home, find home. It's like just jamming down to try to override it. And about 10 minutes later, here it comes.
$3,000. That's
That's
got to be a record.
Yeah.
That's up there.
With the cell
that's
record with the
criminal
cell phone.
activity.
Exactly.
With the cell phone, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were watching it. My boss had the big screen over in the talk.
Of course.
Field talk. And they were watching it just keep going up and up and up. And it was just like this little dot.
That's funny.
Yeah, so if you have any questions,
Yeah, down the
feel
road,
free to come by.
when you talk about it later, and you need ones come out for a demo,
Yeah.
gladly.
I think this is something, because Armstrong was talking about. He was coming from a way lower
That's what I said.
level.
The stuff that they got for NARCs in the program they had last year was not this involved.
Yeah, well,
and it can cross over different departments of your.
Sure. Yeah,
So
well, that makes.
it's still interoperable.
You want to be able to cross over your
Yeah,
phone.
yeah,
That's exactly what you
absolutely.
need to
So
do.
you all have the same fucking thing.
Yeah, we had a, and I can't remember who came through. I don't even know if you were there. A couple of years ago, there was somebody came with the concept of having. It's basically a glorified messenger service, so you could take a picture, send it to everybody, computers and blah blah blah, and potentially video and things like that. And it just never got off the ground because it was pretty restricted to. I think at the time it was only Apple. But it was the capabilities were broadening out to Android and Windows and all that stuff. But
always, when anybody shows up, please have them check in with Vicki there at the table. That's right. Just to sign the waiver. It's the whole paperwork thing, guys. You know how that goes. So make sure that we get them signed in, things such as that. So that's kind of, this is the time for that. But if anybody straggles in, let's make sure all of us kind of take that precaution. Secondly, we'll be doing this. Now it's going to be kind of a familiarization from here on out. I believe we'll be starting shooting around 1600, give or take, ish.
Yeah, probably in about a half an hour.
Okay, so everybody can kind of get familiarized. We're going to do some product demos right after this, so you guys can see exactly what is here and what's available, what you might want to take some extra time with. Each of the respective reps will kind of go through that from here on out. Then there's going to be good dinner at 11 o'clock. And then we'll do a night evolution as well. So we'll be doing night shooting. Numerous types of devices that we're going to shoot at, both mounted and unmounted systems. So we're going to be able to see it both ways. Some laser aiming, laser illumination, things like that. So with that, we're going to move into the...
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the products. We've got Scott down here with Blue Force, so let's kind of start down there and then we can kind of move down. And when we get down here, then we can start talking about the stuff that's going down range. If you want to come down here, we can just run through a demonstration.
Is it?
So one other guy coming over here.
Okay.
He's one of them.
On the line, we always have to call down even while everybody appreciates Awesome. Just a quick demo, as Jim said, Scott Vlcek with Blue Force Development. We're a software company out of Massachusetts. We're partnered with both ASU and Wilcox. ASU specifically with their low light reconnaissance camera, the Ecliptus here, which is basically a GoPro 4 camera with an IR tube on it, used for low light reconnaissance. And then with Wilcox, with a couple of their hard pieces of hardware, demonstrating today the Patriot 5510 hybrid life support system used by special operations and teams like CST teams. We're a software company. We don't make any of the hardware, but what we do is take all of the data coming off of these little devices and big devices, fuse it into a single data stream, and make that shareable to other teammates or back to a command and control element. Most of us carry things like this. We're familiar with things, Kestrel environmental meters, multi-gas detectors for sniffing the environment around the operator. Each one has its own app, but we fuse it and make it on a single pane of glass view. All protected by NSA FIPS 140-2 cryptographic providers, and also all the data is AES 256-bit encrypted from end to end. We can also take unattended devices like these seismic sensors. So I put these in the ground for infrastructure protection or protecting some kind of asset. These things will detect seismic activity, footsteps, vehicular, or a change in the electrical current in the ground. They can send an event, which will give the latitude, longitude, and yes or no on a hit. We can also send that to a game cam or an IP-based camera to put eyes on the target and to give you that video or that still imagery. We can also send that event to a UAS or a drone and have that drone take off, fly over to that latitude, longitude position, and start giving you some Overwatch situational awareness. Works on off-the-shelf devices, Android and iOS. and also on any kind of laptop or desktop, Windows-based or Mac-based. Any questions?
Is that a quick software upload for off-the-shelf stuff?
Yes. Yeah, we're not on the Play Store and the App Store, obviously for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's a quick push your URL, hit it, you get a license key, you're up and running. Yep. It's all subscription based like any other app, so you can do monthly fees, you can do annual fees, multi-year fees, or you can do a perpetual license, so you own it, and then we just do yearly maintenance and upgrades and support on that.
Now, is that a license per user? Can an agency or a company have that?
It's a license per user, so each individual application will get its own license key. Yep. Exactly. If you want to come up, I'm showing some different demonstration points. We have the Ecliptus feed going. We have some canine video. It is canned, but it is a good demonstration of what we can do. We got the data coming off of the Patriot 5510, and we have the data coming off the Kestrel environmental meter. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by. In my boss's head.
Alright, so we'll talk about the ASU product line now if you want to come over here. Over this general.
Scott.
Nice to meet you. Kevin Radigan.
What is it?
Kevin Radigan. I'm the one that tried to get you guys to come out here, and you're the only one that was able to.
All right, so my name is Dan Brown with ASU.
Probably would. I got another guy that's supposed to be
International sales representative. So just going to go over quick, just basically what we offer, just some of the night vision things. So obviously we're aviation specialties. We offer night vision for aviation pilots. One of the things that we're kind of promoting right now, or it's a big thing for us, is we partnered with Vlcek to develop a new aviation helmet mount that's compatible not just with a flight helmet, but also with a ground helmet as well. So the good thing about this mount, the interesting thing about it is that the legacy mount, or the old mount that has been sold in history, was if it broke or anything happened to it, you had to throw it away. Couldn't repair it, couldn't fix it, anything like that. With this one here, it actually has piece parts. You can actually fix it. The user can easily fix it. And then as well, it's lighter, more robust, with a battery pack as well for that. Next, I'll go over this here. So obviously PVS 14, this is ASU assembles the PVS 14s and the PVS 7s. We resell the AVS 9. So what's unique to ASU is the digital component on this PVS 14. So instead of the knob that you have that switches it on and off, this one you have the power button. It's kind of a pinch of the hand if it's mounted, so it'll make it a little bit easier to push down. You have your gain and your IR features as well on this. PVS 7 functions same as any other PVS 7, but yeah, it's an ASU branded product. We assemble it, helping save on cost as well. Another item here. A couple of years past, we came up with a program that when the white phosphor came out with it in a tube, we came up with a program, a trade-in program that we take old green phosphor systems in, and we give at a discounted rate brand new white phosphor aviation goggles to customers. When we brought the green phosphor in, basically what we do is turn them into a sportsman. So they're many of the units that we have are no more than 7 years old. So there's still a lot of life in them. They're still good quality goggles, capable to fly with, but we choose to do it to a sportsman market. We actually have some of these here for sale if you like. They run anywhere approximately about $4,000, $5,000, and we can talk about it here if anybody is interested in we have some used CBS 14 here. We have 5 units, and that's really all we have for sale. So they're used, but they're $800 a piece. So it's better than any price you can get. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let us know. We can work something out with you. Last thing that I'll go over is this here. This is the ASU Ecliptus. Basically what we've done is we partnered with GoPro, and our Dr. Joe here has actually developed the technology to couple the image tube from an aviation goggle and put it inside here to create the very first compact night vision camera. So lightweight, weatherproof, not quite waterproof or water resistant, but it's a very functional system. Actually, and as Scott said, it works and pairs up with Vlcek as well. So if you guys have any questions, please let us know. We also offer thermal cameras as well. We have some other products as well. So if you have any questions, let me know. Or let us know.
That's the digital spotting scope, really a neat deal. It's a 45x plus digital zoom spotting scope, and it has its own internal Wi-Fi. So you hook it up, and it'll hook up to an iPhone, an iPad, or whatever via Wi-Fi. And so you can use it for all different kinds of things. But it really, you can spot in like miles away off of this stuff. You can really zoom in, and then once you're on something, you can even zoom in on it here. You can take pictures with it on your iPad or your iPhone, and also video record. It'll record video. And we've got those for sale also. But I've got specs and everything here on them if anybody wants to see more about them.
It's kind of cool. Later when we're firing, you can focus that thing in on the targets, and just like the spotting stuff, you can see it on the iPad.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Pretty neat. All right, so you want to talk about Clean Wendy and then we can roll call.
I'm not focused on the manufacturer.
Someone else? Yeah, I could bill, I don't know. What's that focus for?
All of our helmets come with Cox shroud and partnership. Good job.
So I'm Lansing with Jet Tech. We've got a few weapons out there. We're running some pretty little for it. We're going to put Dagger. What do we have on here?
300 with that.
So we run everything suppressed from 17 HMR all the way up to 38 as well. We haven't got into any of the matches yet. We've been around since 1970. Most of us have done it directly from our Dr. Dave was in the complete box. So it's not something we have now owned by different weapons. So that'll give us a much better manufacturing process now.
our seeing times come down, on transfer dramatically, if they get involvement now that President Trump decided not to wait for the third tax act, so probably 2.5 years. So we're trying to stuff to get that out of the mark. What we're looking to do is really kind of short amount of time. We've got 4 floors and 4 farms on the floor now. We've got 40 hours, that's 144. Long 2372. And that's because of the time when I had a drive to Illinois, very nice to know you guys have those. We're really proud of our quality. What makes us different than everybody else really is customer service. We have people that call all the time, they get baffle strikes, and we found out that we pay attention to the regulators on the box, regulators inside the box, regulators on the spacers, that say do not use stuff like we don't get in the back of it. And I can say, oh, you're not, you're probably good at it. That's an investment. Personal education, and you're not in law enforcement or your first responder. It's an investment. It's expensive. But for anybody that is, has been former retired military, first responder, DOD, it's 40% off. It's part of our way of saying thank you. It's a lot more fun to shoot press, to go down to press. I know, I've got him down there, because with my wife down there, but honestly, the DOD is now that they're getting smaller and smaller, and that's what they're but this is what we use to get these questions and stuff in there. Brown Cruiser, what we call buffers for them. And they do a really good job of everything we do and say. We made the shooters here. We're not just doing military things, and one person uses a lot of them, but we use off the ground, and gas. So we made the shooter here, which is very nice. Because, it's nice to have a guy next to you, not worry about flying. Your shooters are strong. We do bolt carriers too. We do suppress them, suppress bolt carriers to help back off. So you're not going to run that in, so especially that kind of shooter. That's pretty much what we focus on. If you have any sort of incident weapons, I'm sure we'll be using on different open floors. And so, I'm suppressing all those, but they said they're going to leave us alone to do what we do. But I'm looking forward to it. And if you guys got any questions, anything, I'll be here for most of the day, and we're also giving away, you can win a, still have to put a GM now, so whoever wins that, give me a call, so that you guys will have to pay sorry about that, I'm going to get out now, but $200 for a free can coming back to us. So, hope you guys enjoy it, and technology out here is phenomenal. I was in 82 to 92, just a little younger than this one. But just seeing the recent technology and what you guys out here to provide, it's just amazing. Just want to go back in. Just for work. Everybody? Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Hunter Perkins from Wilcox, Drive Missile. Thanks for having us out. Give you a brief rundown on our mounting solution. We're best known for getting started in the industry with drilling into a ballistic helmet and keeping ballistic integrity in that helmet with the holes in it. People best know us for the 3-hole shroud, MC, which comes on all Team Wendy helmets here. And with our G24 mount, which is our kind of go-to combination, that would be the G7 kit. Using our shroud and mount equates to a lifetime guarantee, and obviously those are manufactured together, so life cycle tested together and everything, and you can guarantee those for the lifetime of you, the operator, when used in conjunction with the shroud and the mount. We have everything from your typical dovetail shoe, such as used here on the PBS 14. This is the J-arm. The dovetail shoe here we make for all night vision goggles, and that ensures a tight fit to the mount, and the mount's obviously mounted to the shroud. So those 3 pieces equate to a really tight fit with no slop, and we're really best known for that. We get a lot of people that use our G24 mount on someone else's shroud, and we can't guarantee that. With the G24, as you can see, gauge, this breakaway feature. The mount will pop off the shroud at 5 to 10 pounds of pressure, saving the operator's neck. And we really stand behind that, so that's why we want to make sure people are using the shroud and the mount combination. You guys out here, you're shooting our Raptor S on most of the rifles here. And Travis will give you guys a rundown when we're actually shooting those, but essentially you have a laser rangefinder, visible laser, IR pointer, IR illuminator, and ballistic solver. So that's, you know, whether you're ranging out to 100 meters, 500 meters, 800, up to 2K, that's going to give you your hold with all the gun data and bullet data put in there. So it'll come up, you'll range your target. It'll give you your elevation on the top, wind control on the bottom, 10 mils up top, 5 on the bottom. Give your hold in the knife force or range rifle there and squeeze off and shoot at the target. So once we get all set up, we'll get into the weeds on that. But a brief overview of what we have here for you guys, and thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
And I'm going to follow up just to calculate all your environmental. So if you're using a Kestrel, I have a sensor in there, so it does all that. Also, moving on, as we move further down, we're also developing our own red dot sight. So with our own red dot sight, we've developed this for the guys for frag. It has its own lasers in it also. So instead of having 2 devices on your gun, now I can basically take my PAC-15 or my D-ball off my gun, have my red dot sight, have my pointer illuminator, which is fixed. Most of the time in LE, you're not going 500 meters to illuminate something because everything's pretty close. And then you got your red dot for the pointing or foresighting. Basically, unlike a lot of the other systems, once I foresight my red dot, all my lasers are already foresighted. We figured out how to do that. So everything's co-aligned once, and now you don't have a red dot you're trying to co-align, all your lasers you're trying to co-align, and you got one battery. So now you're reducing your battery power. One battery, one system. Probably the only negative thing about having one device, single point of failure. But if you're out there on a team, you always got a buddy in the room next to you. If it goes down, you probably got another one on the van or somewhere else. So saves a lot of weight. This is all bigger it is. I mean, 6 ounces. And we designed it for the 300 blackout. So basically, I got a trajectory switch in here, so I can go from super to sub. So right now it's for a particular gun, for a particular client, and I know the drop's about 16.75 inches, and they got a 6.75 inch barrel. I flip my switch, I go to put my sub in, I'm going to hit the same place my super hit. So now I can take my 100-meter headshot with a sub. I don't have to pull my pistol, which you can't do that with. It's very hard to do. So the newer model coming out, you'll see them at SHOT Show. We're going to basically be able to adjust the sub at the operator's level, because you guys might have 9-inch guns, 12-inch guns, M4s, so now you can mount it on a multiple platforms instead of just a 300 blackout. So that should be coming out sometime. We're going to show some at SHOT Show at our range day, so we'll have a big range day. So you get Tucker's card, you guys want an invite, you're going to SHOT Show. We usually get 300 or 400 people out there. Got a bunch of different vendors that come out there, and you can see the latest stuff that's coming out in the laser, optics, guns, proof researchers out there, so you can see LA's carbon fiber barrels, all the stuff like that a lot of guys are going to. You'll be able to see the new sniper rifles, the 300 Norma, stuff that SOCOM and different guys are going to, so it might be worth your while to go out there. And on the line here, we have some neat guns like the 260, which a lot of the guys in the military are looking at, switching to that gun. You got 6.5 if you never shot it. And what's really instrumental with that is, if I was in LE, I wouldn't carry a 308 bolt gun anymore. I'd carry a semi-auto 260 because I can still reach out to 1,000 and they're holding under an inch group. But you get multiple rounds down range and they're just as accurate. So speed of the bullet's everything. That thing's shooting at 2,900 feet a second. 130 grain bullet, depending on what ammo you guys select. So that's some of the technology. When we get into doing the night fire, I got some different devices. I'll go over them once we get online. And then tonight when we're doing it, which just a lot of you guys I know have done it at night, just some people haven't. We'll put around in and make sure it's clear before we get up and leave
go to the night fire. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. He's been doing this a while. Travis Gibson will be out here on the line. He shoots my Raptor in a lot of the competitions, so any of us can answer any of the questions you have and how it works and what it does. But what it's going to be able to do is give you a faster speed of engagement. And being in law enforcement, you guys are logging everything you do. I know when you do your full force shots and everything, you got to document everything as a sniper. Now, if I went to court with a lawyer, you can actually say, I have a weapon-mounted laser rangefinder. Just give me the range. It's accurate. You have a lot more data. You don't have all these lawsuits that you guys get into all the time. I think it's almost one of those safety things you should have on a gun with a rangefinder for your snipers because you're actually getting the range. The handheld, you don't know if it's always accurate if you're not stable. So, any other questions? But that's kind of my back brief on that. I'm here all day long. I've been doing this a while. So I helped develop this Marine sniper for about 11 years. And then in this industry for a long time. So, well familiar with all what's going on in night vision and so anything you guys want to know, if you want to look at buying something, please ask me. So I get a little mad when law enforcement buys something, people don't sell them the best. Because there's no reason why you guys can't have the best, but a lot of guys don't know what suits to buy, what's out there, what's the latest. So feel free, I got my cards up here. I like helping people out anytime you guys want. So that's all I got. Let's go shoot.
This Travis, do you want to talk a little bit about the MGM targets?
Yeah. So my name's Travis Gibson with MGM Targets. Obviously, that's something that's going to be more of probably a department or a company purchase for you guys. But the one other option thing that we do have out here, some of the guns are going to be set up with them. It's a little lever, it's a magnification adjustment lever that goes onto your variable power optics. So we've got them for USO, all the loopholes, Night Force Vortex. We actually make them for Night Force and Vortex. So if you guys are running variable power optics, whether it's on your personal gun or your work gun, whatever, that's something that we can help you out with. And like I said, this one's got one on there. And I don't know whose gun this one is, but I got a lever. Whoever wants to shoot that one, we can check it out. So yeah, if you got any questions on those or the targets or whatever, most of the stuff that you guys are going to be shooting out there targetry-wise is ours. There's some range targets out there that aren't, but if you got any questions on the stuff that is ours, let me know. I'm happy to help out however I can.
Okay, let's do it. See what happens. Do some banging. What? So we have a 308 on the end. We have a 260 right there from LaRue. We have a Mark 13, which is the same setup as in the military, 5.56, and a 6.53 more at the end. This problem